What is up guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we are unboxing the DX31, the golden armor version of Black Adam. So let's dive into it. First thing first, this figure is priced at $365 US on Sideshow, and it's HotToys' second figure of The Rock. The first one was the Roadblock from G.I. Joe back in 2013. Now, what makes this figure stand out is that it's not just the first DCEU character in the DX series, but it's also the first DX product that came in 3 different versions: DX29, DX30, and DX31. Here's a quick highlight on the difference of each version. DX29 is the basic. You get the main figure, different hands, a hooded cape, some blue special effects, and a regular base. DX30, the deluxe version, throws in a diorama base, 4 thunderbolts, and 1 extra head sculpt. What I have here today is DX31, which is pretty much same as DX30, but the suit was made based on the ending scene of the movie, which has more gold in color. Now let's talk about packaging. It came with a brown shipper on the outside. The box is in black with a huge close-up of our dude. When you pop it open, there is a cardboard on top. On the upper layer, there's the main figure, extra head, and hands. The lower layer is where the diorama base, stand, special effects, and the power core hang out. Oh, and this cape. Originally, the figure had the hoodie in the official images like the other 2 versions, but after the movie was released, HotToys removed the hoodie to precisely bring the ending scene of the movie. Long story short, if you buy DX29 and 30, you will get a hoodie. This cape is only for DX31. Now let's talk about the heads. There are 2 heads, one with serious face and the other one with eyebrow raising, the meme look. I think these 2 head sculpts are the greatest among DCEU characters HotToys have released so far. HotToys have done a good job on capturing The Rock's facial features and expression. Skin texture is very nice, especially on wrinkles on the forehead and the spots on his entire face. Asymmetrical head shape, apparent blood vein on temple, rolls on the back of the head, they all look great. Also, it's perfect for customizing your own figure with these 2 head sculpts. Thanks to him for always being bald in every movie, just with minor difference of beard. You can easily use the head sculpts to customize your own figure. Let me know which one is your personal favorite in the comments. I really love this meme looking one. Both heads have rolling eyeballs. And because he doesn't have hair, the adjustments are made under head, not from the back. And for this reason, the head is empty and therefore they are light. When changing the head, there is this square thingy on top of the ball joint. When you put the head, be careful not to press it too hard. If you do so, the square thingy may get stuck inside the head, making it difficult for you to remove it. This time, the neck and trapezius are also detachable. Like the head sculpt, the texture of the skin surface, blood veins, and the muscles are also very good. Now the body. This figure's body seems to be newly crafted, standing at around 33 cm in height. The muscle dimensions are truly substantial, even bigger than the BVS Batman and Superman. The waist is exceptionally thick. After all, it's a man who consumes 6,000 to 8,000 calories a day. The upper body, including the chest and abs, has soft paddings inside, providing a similar feel to the BVS Batman. Other areas, such as the arms and thighs, are solid. This time, the figure doesn't have the bulky arm issue. You don't need to do much adjustment to make it look natural. The suit material is like the BVS Batman's, thick and rubbery. Black Adam's suit is covered in these cool ancient language-like details. It's clear, distinct, and also projecting. These things on the suit feels like those on the Superman suit. The images on the shoulders are also very precise, just like those in the movie. The armors on the knees are attached using Velcro. Now let's take a look at the golden parts of the costume. The line around the neck is thicker than the other two versions, and all of the rest areas are same, beside colors. Additionally, DX31 is filled with pure gold in Thunderbolt on the chest, whereas the other two versions have some black. I think there is a room for improvements on the armors. The layers on the forearm armors and belt could have been better, making them look like stacked layered. Now they look pretty flat. On the belt, the buckles seem a bit blurry, unlike the patterns on the suit. And same thing for the shoes. The cape is massive on the width, and it's pretty thick too because it has two types of fabric. The one outside is patterned, inside fabric feels like wool. There are wires on the edges and seams so you can put it into different shapes. But because the cape is big and thick, you probably need to spend some time for the perfect look. At the chest, there's a glowing feature, but before we get into that, let's take a look at how to remove the cape. First, we need to detach the head sculpt and the neck. There are two screws at the top that you will need to unscrew. Once they are off, you can remove the cape. So this area is divided into many layers this time, and the rough idea is something like this. This is what the figure looks like after removing the cape. Personally, I prefer this look without the cape. After taking off the cape, let's see how it blows. The power source for this figure is similar to the Third Sisters and the Grand Inquisitors. It requires connecting with this little power cord. However, my personal experience with this figure tells that the operation is a bit challenging. The plug-in hole for this figure is designed inside the costume. You need to unfasten the Velcro at the back to see the plug hole. However, the opening size is quite small, and the insertion angle is diagonal, making the operation a bit difficult. The size of the plug head is also small, and the wire is thin. Throughout the entire installation process, I've been super careful not to damage the suit or break the wire, and I suggest everyone to be extra cautious during your own handling. After connecting it to the body, you need to connect another C-type cable. Turn on the switch and the chest will light up. The lightning part on the chest is made of a thinner fabric, allows the light to go through. The brightness is not too high when lit, but there is a noticeable difference compared to when it's off. Finally, this power cord can be placed around the waist or clipped onto the stand. Now let's take a look at the accessories. About the hands, the default one is a pair of fists, and the additional hands include a pair of open hands, a pair of half-open hands, and a gripping hand. All left hands have golden armors on the back. And the hands are all newly made, significantly larger than the hands from other figures. On the right side is a hand for President Loki. You can see the skin color and surface texture of Black Adam's are enhanced. And the rough skin texture on the back of the hand and palm is very noticeable. There are 7 lightning effects this time. Even though gold lightning did not appear in the movie, this color was likely chosen by HotToys to differentiate it from the other two versions. One can be placed around the upper body, which is the largest one. It has openings on both sides. After putting it on, use the 2 small hooks to make it stay fixed. These 2 are meant for the arms, with 3 ways to attach them. The first is to place them in the palms. The second is to attach them to the forearms like Miles Morales. And the third is to reverse them to replicate a launching pose. These 4 Thunderbolts have a long strip design and can be held in hands. The first 3 have some flexibility, while these 4 are solid. Now about the diorama base. The size is quite large, but the weight is not heavy, approximately 600 grams. It is a scene of ruins and broken stones. On the front, there is a Black Adam's movie logo. The paint application is good, with variation in color, and some areas have moss and dirt effects. In terms of mold detailing, it's basically at the standard level, nothing too impressive, except for the sculpted area where the big steel is. And the surface precision of the ground and stone is not too high. The 4 Thunderbolts in the accessories can also be used as decorations for the base. There are 4 small holes on the base where you can insert the thunderbolts. However, it's important to be careful because the tips of the thunderbolts are sharp. And as mentioned earlier, the accessories lack flexibility, so there is a risk of them breaking off when combining with the base. You can use plastic wrap to wrap around the tips for added safety before inserting them. This time, the stand came with a shapeable tube and a clip. The clip cannot be pushed down, so it can only recreate a suspended pose. Additionally, the size of the clip is standard and is a bit tight around this figure's waist. The hole for the stand is located under this little rock. Finally, let's take a look at the articulation. The range of motion for the head, including tilting up and down and turning left and right, is not extensive. This is because the neck is quite thick, and the gap between the head and neck is tight. It's best not to rotate it too much to avoid potential wear on the neck. The arms have gear joints, reaching 90 degrees when raising horizontally with no bounce back. The forward and backward movements are about 45 degrees. And the forearms can bend up to 100 degrees. And it can rotate both inward and outward. Due to the large muscle dimension, the range of forward and backward tilting and lateral movement at the torso is quite small. The legs can kick forward and to the side at around 45 degrees, but there is no backward kicking. The lower legs can bend up to 100 degrees, and the ankles can be straightened. Lateral tilting to left and right is just okay. Overall, this figure as a product of the DX series, the head sculpts are really awesome. Although the year just started, but I think they can be considered as the best head sculpt in 2024. The detailing in the costume is also great, and the suit doesn't severely limit the figure's articulation. The overall appearance of this main body is indeed quite impressive. Areas that can be improved include the mentioned plugin method, the production of the golden armor, and the surface details of the base. Alright, there you have it, the DX31 golden armor version of Black Adam. I hope you all have enjoyed the video. If you did, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.